Today we'll be watching some more Better Call Saul Season 3. We are in its Episode 5 called Chicanery. Chicanery or something along those lines. Look at them lions roaring. I'm loving this show. They left us on quite a cliffhanger in the last one. I cannot wait to see what'll happen in this one, so let's get into it. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Affan and welcome to my channel. So, Better Call Saul Season 3, Episode 5. Here we go. I'm not entirely sure how to say that word. Chicanery, 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 something like that. But yeah, a little bit about the previous one. Gus and Hector Salamanca face off. Hector is getting a bit jealous of Gus's prowess as a distributor, and he now wants him to mule his drugs. Gus comes in and talks to his employees who were quite scared after meeting Salamanca, and honestly, I do not blame him. I would be too after meeting Hector Salamanca. Now, he mentioned something that I thought it was quite interesting was back in, I forgot the name of that place, but back when he wasn't as powerful as he is today, these people came into my store and I had to pay him because I didn't have a choice. If I wanted my business to stay up and running, I had to pay them. Just reminded me of what Jimmy was told by that guy in his father's store. Wolves and sheep just could not stand up to them and do the right thing until he himself became a wolf. Jimmy and Jackie are butting heads. Things are heating up. Kim said bingo. Why? Not sure. I suppose we'll find out why that is in this episode. Might have something to do with the fact that there's a duplicate tape and Mike was surveying their house as well. Chuck's house, that is. I don't know. Like I said, we'll find out more in this episode. So without any further ado, let's jump into it. John Deere.
Found a phone. It looks like it's from 1967.
It's the past.
Plus, you really can't use it if I don't do it.
No, it's all right. We're not gonna. I think off.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, off it is.
You sure this is the right play? I mean, in my experience, the bigger the lie, the harder it can be to dig out.
That is true. What is happening? Oh, is this Rebecca? She coming over? Honestly, it's kind of romantic. You know, candlelight. It works, I suppose.
It's open!
Yeah. Okay, it is Rebecca.
Rebecca,
Chuck.
you look lovely.
Lovely.
Hey, what's with the candles? Why are you sitting here in the dark?
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing.
Then, boom, power goes down. I get on the phone to the city. Those bozos at PNM mixed up my payment. The deadbeat at 512 San Cristobal hasn't been paying his bills. And of course, I'm 215. Exactly. They say they'll have
Wow.
tomorrow. In the meantime, I borrowed some camping gear from my neighbors, hence the rustic flair.
So that's obviously a lie, but it's quite interesting what the lie is. Them getting the addresses mixed up.
But, dinner's almost...
Oh, man.
And the fish, I would have just had to throw it out. All I have to do is...
1261, eh? 215 512. Look at that.
Oh my God. I can't eat another bite.
That's how bad it is.
Galloping gourmet.
He put a lot of effort in, which is very sweet. If only he was always that sweet.
Here. Least I can do is the dishes.
I'm so sorry about the lights.
Being a lawyer.
Neither can I. He's got his own shingle out and everything.
I mean, a real responsible citizen. I mean, who would have thought?
Well, so this is when they broke up, or because we saw her meet Jimmy for the first time and they were together in a house then.
I shouldn't complain.
You're not complaining. You're observing.
So this is after that, but before, fully cutting it off.
Any plans for a stateside tour?
Oh, hopefully next year. One place to hang my hat. I hate that thing. I feel like I'm on a leash.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
Come on. You got this. Chucky. Oi, nah, come on.
Oh, it's my conductor. I have to take this. I'm sorry.
Oh, and she has to take this. Why don't you come to the table and take the call, eh? Oh, I'm a horrible human being, I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, go on, get closer.
Can you hold on a second?
I'm so sorry. No, don't go away.
Yeah, no, I.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we can do it whenever you need. Okay.
This cannot last. Obviously not. Why lie?
Well, do you want me to rehearse?
Oh, lovely. She's coming in here as well.
No, it's not just him. It's the whole section. What the hell? Andre?
That's what I'm saying. This cannot last. Like, you have to come clean.
Say something.
Come on, this is your moment.
Incredibly bad manners.
Oh my
to answer a
god.
cell
Oh
phone.
my god, I swear to God.
Didn't mean to offend you, Chuck.
I may have overreacted. That was very abrupt.
Jimmy's like, bro, that was your chance to explain things.
It's getting late. Thank you for a lovely dinner.
Yeah.
No, I'll just get a cab. I don't want to put you out anymore.
Please let me.
No, really.
No, listen. Yeah. You fucked that one up.
You can't let her leave like this. Just tell her
You
what's
fucked
going on.
that one up real good, Chucky.
Understand. Just, would you rather she think you're a raging prick than know the truth?
Exactly. Like, come on, fam.
Look, if you won't tell her, then I will.
No, you will not tell her.
All right.
Hi, Andre. Yes, I'm sorry about that. I dropped the phone.
I mean, I get it. I totally get it. He's afraid of her reaction. Honestly, wouldn't you be too? But at the same time, wouldn't you trust the person to be understanding? And if they cannot be, then, I mean, you cannot live like that, right? So you have to come clean. Like, it just cannot be. It will not work out. It simply will not work out if you do not come clean.
Jesus, what are you doing, man? There's barely any oxygen in that bag. You're suffocating her.
Her?
Yeah, just because you don't see swinging dicks doesn't mean you can't tell a brain fish from a shellfish.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Lipstick.
yeah. And the mascara. I think I said that correctly. That's the thing in the eyes, right?
I'm looking for someone with a light touch shop. I need highly skilled, high-end, discreet, a real pro.
You gotta fit him in a tight space?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's horrible that I thought of him the first. I mean, he said it, not me. It's you, isn't it? Let's go. It's gonna be you. Oh, if I got so excited for over nothing, I swear to God, I'm gonna punch the camera.
Dinner's on me. We couldn't have done it without you, and I hope you realize this means a whole lot of work coming your way.
Oh, that's great.
Well, you don't sound like it's great.
I hate to be a buzzkill, but there is something you need to hear before we get any deeper in. It's about your former attorney.
What about him?
Charles has been making some very ugly allegations about his brother, Jimmy, with whom I happen to share an office space.
Allegations of what?
While he was working on them at his home, he believes Jimmy transposed the address numbers.
Transpose the numbers? How would he even do that?
You know who she reminds me of, this girl? Paige. She reminds me of Catwoman from The Dark Knight Rises.
Charles was indisposed, photocopied and doctored them.
That's pretty Baroque.
The important thing here is
Barack Obama.
soon.
What does Baroque mean?
I thought it was better if you heard
I had a new word to my vocabulary. See, this is why I leave subtitles on, because now I know how to spell that word.
If there's one thing I cannot abide, it's a man who won't own up to his mistakes. Now,
Let's
whatever
go.
McGill is slinging. He's not going to screw me out of the best outside counsel I've ever had.
Double barrel. Boop, boop. Let's go.
Heads up, but you can call this baby put to bed now.
Oh, I'm happy. Let's go.
See you at 7.
this.
I swear she looks like her older sister, do you know what I mean?
Mesa Verde isn't involved in any way, shape, or form.
Okay, good.
Okay, great. See you then.
Sigh of relief? Yeah, let's go. Exit, they're gonna have to shut everything?
We can run without lights,
Alright, but the signs
phones, and hold them for the duration of your testimony.
will remain on.
I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do about the exit signs. It's code.
Yeah, that's code, yeah, I was gonna say. Cannot have that off.
Because this is a lot to ask. Maybe you don't need to testify at all.
No, I do. I'm the only person who can adequately explain the context of that tape. Otherwise, the defense will tear it to shreds.
It's already a solid case. We have Jimmy's statement from the pre-prosecution diversion. There's my testimony and the private eyes. Maybe there's no need to put you through the ringer like this.
Yeah, but he has to see Jimmy go down, yeah. Yeah, it's a...
PR.
We lost a client.
Really?
That happened because while you were incapacitated, your brother accessed documents that should have been secured at HHM. What Jimmy did is unconscionable, yes. But one of my jobs is to safeguard the first.
I'm not going to risk Jimmy getting, what, a year's suspension? Maybe 2? He deserves disbarment, not some slap on the wrist.
Wow.
No, Howard, there's only one way forward.
That's a nice point Howard raised, by the way. Yeah, we'll see about that, you stupid.
Mr. McGill certainly knew that breaking down his brother's door was criminal behavior. Committing a criminal act that reflects adversely on the lawyer's honesty or trustworthiness as a lawyer. Any reasonable person would agree that assaulting another lawyer in his own home reflects badly on Mr. McGill's fitness as an attorney. Destroying or concealing material having potential evidentiary value. The State Bar believes that once we have presented the facts...
I'm Kim Wexler, co-counsel with James McGill for the defense. But there is another side to this story, but about 2 brothers whose relationship, after years of strain, finally broke the legal community. And he should remain a full member of it in good standing. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Wexler.
Round of applause.
Begin testimony. Mr. Alley, call your witness.
Bang, bang. Then he kicked down the door. Jimmy was very agitated. He demanded Charles turn over the evidence he'd been collecting.
Objection. We haven't established the tape is evidence.
He then broke
Objection hearsay.
and went on to confront his brother.
What happened after the defendant
Oh,
smashed
man.
this tape?
So that's when we stepped in.
Thank you, Mr. Hamlin.
Certainly.
Nothing further at this time.
Ms. Wexler.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. Let's go. Kimber, and
Testified
McGill.
to my client for some time. How long exactly?
Nearly 10 years.
How did you come to know him?
Brother asked to hire him in the mailroom at our firm.
And you did?
Yes.
What was your opinion of him then?
He had a lot of get up and go. He was a hard worker.
You had a nickname for him, didn't you?
Charlie Hustle.
Charlie Hustle.
He'd put himself through law school and taken the bar exam without telling any of the partners, even Charles.
Did you consider taking him on as an associate?
We did.
Sounds like you didn't hire him. Why not?
Partners decided it would be best to avoid the appearance of nepotism. We felt hiring Jimmy might damage morale.
Nepotism.
Wait,
Firm
but
is Hamlin, and McGill.
exactly.
Who's the other Hamlin?
My father.
You guys told me this, by the way. Okay, there it is.
Which partner was the most concerned with nepotism?
Charles McGill.
So Jimmy's own brother blocked him. Did Jimmy know his brother was the one that prevented you from hiring him?
No, he did not. Eventually, he was hired by the firm of Davis and Main. I'd be happy to say more about that.
No, thank you. When Charles's condition appeared, Jimmy took care of him, didn't he?
I believe so.
Jimmy was struggling to build his solo law practice, and yet every single day, without fail, he brought his brother food, supplies, even his favorite newspapers. Isn't that right?
He did.
Could you speak to the terms of Charles's leave of absence? But you can confirm it was due to mental illness.
Mr. Hamlin is not a psychiatric professional. Do you have any questions that would be more germane to his experience?
So they would need to get like a psychologist, psychiatrist, psycho, another psycho. Psycho knows another psycho well, right?
We need to know whether one lawyer attempted to tamper with another's evidence.
What do they have up their sleeves? So far, things are not looking too good for Team Miguel. Well, Team Jimmy.
How delayed? 40 minutes last I checked. Shit. Your pardon, the defense requests a moment to review, if we could.
All right. When you're ready.
Thank you, Mr.
He's buying time because the flight is a late flight for what? Oh, Rebecca! That had to be a reason why they showed at the start.
Stalling. Yes. Yes, my brother has many admirable qualities.
He's practicing.
I can say, I admire him.
I think envy is the more appropriate word, not admire.
I love my brother.
Fuck off.
Zinsky's brother loved him too, and he wanted to help. But the law is too important.
The law is too important.
You right there, Howard? The law is too important.
Better sure shit wouldn't be telling you otherwise. But yes, it's the truth. I did it for Kim. She worked her butt off to get me to, not HHM. She earned it, and she needs it. I did it to help her. But
Is this going to be a problem now that she's her attorney as well? His, you know.
go on with your life like a normal person. But oh no, wishful thinking. Tell Howard you're not quitting or I'm gonna go call Howard. Jimmy, I guess. Bet you feel better, right? Besides, it's your word against mine.
Man, this can go either way, but you feel better, right? I mean, that right there is something you could focus on. Or the last statement, then it's your word against mine, right?
This room, thank you for understanding.
Your phone, sir?
I left it in the car.
That's why they were showing the reflection of those people in the clock earlier. It has batteries as well. I should get an analog clock. Well, there it is. Yeah, Jaguar. I don't know, whatever, man. English is tough. That's you!
Excuse me. Sorry, sirs.
He just put something on him. He just put something on him. Or he just took something from him. He just did, let's go. He needs a real pro. Yeah, you, what's up, bro? Long time no see.
Please raise your right hand.
Either he put something on him or took something from him.
This tape, what compelled you to make it?
I had a suspicion my brother had tampered with documents in a case I was working.
Did you have any evidence to support your suspicions about James?
No.
We're going to continue. It will extend you the same latitude on cross, Miss Wexler.
Oh, right. These guys are way lenient.
Of evidence on its own. Otherwise, he wouldn't have broken in to destroy it.
Objection, more speculation. How can he know what was going on in Jimmy's head?
Sustained. We just need to hear what happened, Mr. McGill.
I apologize. I recorded my brother to build a case against him.
And at the time, would you say that you were in possession of your faculties? All due respect, but you do sound somewhat unhinged on the recording.
Yes, I understand that. But what you heard was theater, a performance, play acting.
Yeah, he's very good at that.
Can we talk about your disease for a moment?
I describe it as an acute allergy to electromagnetism.
It's not a common condition, is it?
I know it sounds strange. But 30 years ago, no one had heard of peanut allergy.
No doctor has ever diagnosed you.
AIDS was not identified properly until 1981.
Right, this is totally the same thing.
Thank you.
His examples, what are they called, like hypotheticals or whatever, are so stupid, I swear.
Do you hate your brother?
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely not.
Fuck
I
off.
love my brother.
No, you don't. Is that why you had to rehearse saying I love my brother 15 times before you came here? I don't know how many times, but you know.
But what I know for sure is that the law is too important to be toyed with, but to protect something that I hold sacred.
Sacred! The law is sacred.
I'm sorry, my co-counsel and I need a moment to confer.
They're still waiting for the flight or something? Let's go! Dun 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 dun! He's fucked, isn't he?
Everybody please be back and ready to go on the hour.
Chuck, you took on Jimmy. I told you, you fucked yourself when you did that.
Did Jimmy subpoena you? You're not on the witness list. You don't have to testify.
No, I'm not here for that. Chuck, I wish you told me. How long has it been?
Oh, is that what Jimmy told you?
He's worried about you, Chuck. In spite of everything that's happened between the two of you, he sent me pictures of the house. Chuck, my God.
Oh, that's what the pictures were for.
I don't know that you'd want me to, but I guess that I'm more of a distraction. So I'm going to be in town for a few days, and I would love to spend some time with you. But right now, I think I should go.
No, please. I want you to stay.
Really? You don't seem happy to see me.
I am. Just surprised, that's all.
No, in his mind, he's like, how is Jimmy, like, gonna fuck me over here? I think that's what it is.
Bill of goods, Rebecca. I want you to see what's what.
Ah, okay. This is so intense, I swear to God.
Oh, yeah, what'd you expect?
Not her.
Someone a bit more crazy?
You know, she's gonna hate you when this is over.
Yep.
Doesn't matter, does it?
Oil scrim craft insulation. I also hung a number of space blankets, compact mylar sheets.
Space blankets.
By how much work went into entrapping me. You went all out.
I didn't entrap you. I provoked an admission in adverse interest. That's not the same thing.
How did you know your provocation would work? Why'd you think a bunch of shiny plastic would make me say anything? Isn't it because you knew that it was precisely the thing that would worry me so much that I'd say anything to talk you down?
Yep.
Objection.
Okay, withdrawn.
Usually it's a perfectly normal house.
You think your house is normal? Can I call your attention to Exhibit 9? Exposed wires. There's a camp stove. There's a lantern on top of newspapers.
Big measure for a physical medical condition.
Not.
The doctor who granted me to this on direct when the witness talked about his supposed play acting. In order to understand what I was thinking, you need to see Chuck through my eyes. And I say it was evidence of only one thing. My brother hates me. I lied to my brother to make him feel better. Which of us you believe depends on how we all understand the mind of Charles McGill.
We did promise the defense some leeway. You may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
But watch yourself.
All right, that's a win. Come on, make it work.
Chuck, when was the last time you two saw each other?
Objection. This is not family court. We're not here to relitigate the witness's divorce.
It is family, though. Two brothers going.
I've been suffering from it for some time, but I went to great lengths to conceal that fact from her. I'm sorry I deceived you, Rebecca. I didn't want you to think less of me.
Yeah. Like I say, I understand, but still.
You know why? To rattle me. He knows I still have a lot of feeling for my ex-wife.
Well, it's good to know you got feelings for someone.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, Jimmy. Have I answered your questions to your satisfaction? Do you have anything else? Yeah, I do.
Leave a 5-star review at the end of this chat.
Lung cancer? Would you have told Rebecca then?
Lung cancer. See what you're doing.
Illness, what does it feel like?
There's a tightness in my chest, difficulty breathing, and pain.
Does it hurt right now?
There's always some discomfort, yes. But I very much appreciate the indulgence of the panel for their accommodation here today. I can handle this fine.
What is he doing? Did they plant a phone on him or something? He didn't bring his phone. He didn't bring his phone. He didn't bring his phone.
Intensity drops off with distance.
Oh, Hugh's here.
The farther away it is, the stronger the source needs to be to have an effect.
Can you tell us where the nearest source is right now?
Jimmy, do you have something in your pocket?
Yes, I do. My cell phone. From this distance, you should feel it, and you don't, do you?
Mr. McGill, you were warned to leave your electronics outside.
It's all right.
I mean, if it's...
Just as I thought. There's no battery in here. You removed the battery.
He's got the battery. He's got the...
Yeah. Dead to rights.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
God, Jimmy. Don't you know by now this is real? I feel this. It's a physical response to stimuli. It's not a quirk.
The battery's in his pocket, isn't it? Oh.
Could you reach into your breast pocket and tell me what's there?
What now?
the battery. Oh, yeah, baby.
Battery.
Mr. Chairman, please.
You recognize that man in back? His name is Huel Babineau. He's on our witness list. You bumped into him in the stairway. He'll testify he planted this fully charged battery on you over an hour and a half ago.
Hour and 43 minutes.
An hour.
Hour and 43 minutes. Facts. Facts.
No. It's a trick. It has
Enough
to.
is enough. I submit that Mr. McGill's mental illness is a non-issue. If he were schizophrenic, it wouldn't take away from the fact that the
I
defendant...
am not crazy.
Whoopsie.
I am not crazy.
Yeah.
I know he swapped those numbers. I knew it was 1216.
It was 1261.
Never. I just couldn't prove it. He covered his tracks.
Right? Or am I getting that wrong?
Shop to lie for him.
Mr. McGill, please, you don't have to go
You think this is something? You think this is bad? This chicanery?
Chicanery.
That's billboard. Are you telling me that a man just happens to fall like that? No, he orchestrated it. Jimmy, he defecated through a sunroof, and I saved him. And I shouldn't have.
Wait a minute. He just fucked himself real good right there.
He'll never change.
He was his client. He cannot talk about that in public, can he? Or maybe, I mean, it's a court. Maybe they can in the court.
The cash drawer. But not our Jimmy. Couldn't be precious Jimmy. Stealing them blind. And he gets to be a lawyer? What a sick joke. I should have stopped him when I had the chance. And you have to stop him.
Yeah, you're done. Yep. Wow.
I apologize.
As satisfying as that was, I mean, that is so sad. I swear, man.
I got carried away. Do you have anything else?
No. Nothing further.
And the exit sign. You feeling it now, Chucky? Yeah. Wow. Okay. That's the end of that. Oh, lovely. That was really good. That was really good. I mean, I just knew that what was happening, but I didn't know what was happening. And that's the beauty of this show. They let you in on their plans, but a little bit. They're just leaving little tiny traces for you to follow. You don't know what the end goal is. I didn't know what the end goal was. And then you figure it out and you're like, oh, that is satisfying. But it's also very sad. The smug look on his face when he thought he got Jimmy, right? Oh, look, there's no battery. And then he loses it. And right in front of the court, the bar association, so on and so forth. They're all there and they saw it all. They saw the phone. They saw him snapping. They heard the tape, which now, in this context, now it works in the favor of Jimmy, because now it makes Jimmy look like the caring brother. And again, he mentions all these things that has happened in the past, for which he has very little evidence. This is something that I feel like some of you don't really understand. Doesn't matter what we saw. He needs to have evidence for this to work, right? We saw Jimmy took money from the cashier, like he said, but he hasn't seen that. He wasn't there. So where's his evidence? The law is sacred, according to him. The law requires you to have proof, evidence. Where is it? Or is it that the law is only sacred when it hurts Jimmy, but when it doesn't hurt Jimmy, then do whatever? Like, you can just bend the law because it hurts Jimmy, but then when it doesn't, all of a sudden, then the law is sacred? Then you cannot bend it? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's why I was like, no, hold on. You can't just say, oh, we saw him take the money. Well, which pocket did he put the money in? Can you answer that question? You cannot answer that question. So that means you and me did not see him take the money because he was a cashier. Remember that his job is to take money. All you did was see a cashier do his job. Did he put the money in his pocket or somewhere else? Maybe he did. He most likely did. He most definitely did. But did you see it? I'm talking about the law here. I'm not talking about what I know and what you know. I'm talking about the law. Did you see it? Did I see it? Did Chuck see it? No one saw it. Where's the proof? Second thing. the thing that he talked about, the defecation through a sunroof, Chicago sunroof, he was his client in that moment. Is he allowed to mention that? I don't think he is, but this is a court and they're in front of the bar as well. Maybe they are, I'm not entirely sure. See, this is what I'm saying, like this guy's a hypocrite. You know, he's right. It is so, this is the beauty of this show, and I just, it really sort of, you know, when someone doesn't get this, it's kind of sad, you know, because it is so beautifully written that in a courtroom, you have Hugh, who is a pickpocket criminal. You have Jimmy, who has been a criminal in the past. But the only guy that you hate is Chuck, who is anything but a criminal. But the reason why you hate him is because of just his personality. Law is too important. Law is sacred, but then he disregards it because it works in his favor against Jimmy. Do you see what I'm saying? That's where my problem is. My problem is not with anything else. My problem's with that. You're making accusations after accusations with no evidence simply to hurt Jimmy. That has to be the most satisfying episode I have yet to see. Oh man, Breaking Bad didn't get to this level. And that show had some of the amazing plans that when it works, you're like, ha, let's go. This really like riled me up. I'm sure you could tell from my reaction. When I saw Hugh, I'm like, all right, yep, Chuck is gone. Chuck's donezo. And then he walked on into him as well. Now, another thing that I was thinking was, because he planted the battery on him, how does that work? Is that even allowed? Is that even legal? Is that, or is it because it's in front of the state bar, so it's a bit lenient, or they're, because they were like giving them way too much leeway, like Chuck was right when he was talking to Kim, like these guys are way too lenient. Which is fine because it worked out in Jimmy's favor. And now Rebecca saw that too. It's interesting, man. We did not see Gus or Mike or any of them. But we got to see Hugh, though. Let's go, our boy Hugh. Yeah, that was very Saul Goodman, though. What happened in that court was very Saul Goodman. And this is what I've been saying this entire time. I don't care how smart you are, Chuck. You are not beating Jimmy. That is simply not happening. You are not as good as Jimmy. And I know you want to be, and I know you're envious. You are not as good as Jimmy when it comes to playing people in a regular, straightforward sort of case, where there's not chicanery going on. Now, I know what that word means, by the way. I'm sure Chuck would whoop Jimmy's ass. Don't think that I'm just saying he's stupid. He's very smart. I would say he's way smarter than Jimmy when it comes to playing fair. When it comes to playing unfair, you're not beating Jimmy. It is not happening. And it was so beautifully done. It was so well written. It was so well shot. That ending, think about that ending shot when they zoom out and Chuck is trembling and you see in the corner, you see the exit sign and it's making that noise. So obviously it's, he was asking him, can you feel where the source is? So that's one thing. And the second thing is it says exit. Regardless of what Chuck does, he cannot turn that off. That's the one sign that he could not turn off, regardless of what he does. And it's coming for him, or rather he's going through there, because that, I feel like, is the end of that trial. And with it, I feel like the end of Chuck McGill as a lawyer. Man, that look on his face when he thought he was doing something. Chucko thought he did something. And that's where you can really tell the two people's personalities. Jimmy, in that moment, was sad because Jimmy knew he fucked himself right there. And he was sad about that. Not just him. When you lost it, you could see the whole room. It was just sad. It was depressing, really, to see him this way. But yeah, that smug look on his face. And I'm like, well, you just played yourself, fool. Anyways, yeah, very well done, Jimmy. Like I said, I knew this was going to happen. Not this, but there's no beating Jimmy when it comes to this sort of stuff, right? When it comes to playing games, you're not beating Jimmy. I don't care who you are. So yeah, Very, very good episode. By far the best episode I've seen in Better Call Saul so far. I would even go as far as to say in my top 5 in the entire Breaking Bad universe, I would say. And that's quite a statement, because Breaking Bad has some episodes, man. Episodes and a half. All right. Emotions running riot at this moment. Whether you're in favor of Chuck or Jimmy, do let me know what your thoughts are. Let's talk about it. And let's see where this goes. Come on, let's get involved. Especially all those Chuck stands. What have you got to say now? I'm actually not, I'm being serious. Like, I actually do want to hear your side, because I simply cannot see it. So I would like to hear someone else's perspective. That will make me see it, perhaps. So jokes aside, I actually do want to hear from you. Both sides, not just Chuck's side, both sides. Yeah, thank you so much, every single one of you, for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do drop a like. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. In the description, I have plenty of links. Check him out there to all the things that I've done. Patreon link is there. Everything's there. Check him out. Thank you so much, every single one of you, for supporting me all this time. And I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, have a nice, and don't forget to subscribe.